Martin Scorsese. What's that name?
Oh, Martin Shkleri.
Yeah.
Oh, Shkleri. Oh, he said.
I like what you went with it.
That's what I thought he was trying to say.
What did I say?
You said Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, but you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. Once you try to pick the SK.
Yeah, I tried to sound smart. Yeah, I took a shot for that. That's all.
Oh no, it can't. You can't take a shot from Martin.
Can't take. Oh no, that's right. That's right.
Let's skip him.
Let's take a shot for
the guy that intervened.
The
The dudes that intervened.
Okay,
too.
for the most expensive album in history.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yay!
Nice.
So this to me is genius as well, right? How does this happen? Does this guy step to you and say, "I want a Wu album"?
No, they created it already.
Okay, yeah, I'm asking.
Yeah, so we talked about this a lot already. So I know.
Okay.
But I want to hit you. I only got so much time with you.
Okay, let's go.
But I will say this though about it, right? Mm-hmm. It was an idea that one of my students, kind of germinated, right? And it was kind of cohesive with the idea I had, which was, to me, music is art and should be treated as such, right? At this time, music was being devalued. Right? So it's like, we got to find a way to put value back into it. And people mostly value what they can't have. All right? So, all right, then they can't have this.
Right.
Only one, we're going to make one copy, and it's going to, you got to go to a museum to hear it. You know what I mean? That was the ambition of it. So we started soliciting, and the funny thing is, different millionaires and even billionaires was acting like they was going to buy it. You know what I mean? It was like, it was, because that's the auction business. Sotheby's and Paddle8, that's what they do, right? But then I met this kid. He was still a kid, and he wasn't famous yet, Martin Shkleri.
Okay.
Maybe at the time he was probably worth a couple $100 million. So he was really a baby compared to the other bidders.
Okay.
The other bidders had bills. But he had came to the little listening, and he heard it. He heard like a little 12 minutes, and he was like, yo, whatever he heard, he needs that album. He needs the Enigma time code machine. Exactly, right? And the turning papers. Right, this is awesome historical shit.
Wait, the Enigma has nothing to do with...
Listen, that's what I'm trying to point.
Enigma from World War II?
Yeah. He's getting the last one they got.
Like the one that's the last living...
Listen, he's getting that. He's getting the turning papers of the guy who designed this shit. This is the guy who made the first computer, arguably. And the Wu-Tang album.
That's dope, though. That's a dope.
He's about all three of these shits.
Right.
And so I told him, I said, yo, this album is like, all albums like our babies.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to be treating this thing with the highest respect. And that's when he told me I'm going to do all that. And when he get all three of these things, he said he's going to become like a powerful man in the world.
Right.
I was like, wait. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bung, bung.
And I didn't hear about them other things.
No.
Okay.
And so he does it, right? And I kind of make the deal with him, right? Then I'm home, my wife and shit, we chilling. She knows about it and all that. And then he's on the news. And she's like, hey, baby, isn't that the guy that you made the deal with?
Did you have a non-disclosure, or it wasn't a
It was also NDA.
Okay,
right now.
NDA, okay.
And they still working out the deal and all the paperwork shit. But then he shows on TV as the evilest man alive.
Because of prescriptions, right? Like,
I remember.
He was taxing people on medication.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I'm like, oh shit. Boom. But I already shook hands with him. I already made a deal. So I could, your word is your bond. You know what I mean? So, we went through with it. But I did say this to him. I said, bro, you got a lot of bad shit on you. I would advise that you take this Wu album and do something good.
Right.
I said, maybe just give it to the people.
Wow.
Like, I don't know what to do, but I said, this is a chance for you to do good. He smiled at me and doubled down on bad shit.
Wow, did more bad shit.
He went in, bro.
He called beef for Ghostface and everything. I was like,
that was great.
This was crazy.
He went in. Anyway.
And he went in.
Yeah.
But it is on record right now, the album, when it was resold for over $4 million. He bought it for $2 million, resold it for over $4 million, or the government took it, then they auctioned it off. So it's one of those, it's like it appreciates like a house or some shit. It's like it gets more and more valuable over time. And it did make the Guinness World Records as the most expensive single album in history. You know what I mean?
you said something earlier. You said give it to the people. Is that an option in the contract that they could actually give it
You
to the
could
people?
give it, you can't sell it.
Can't sell it. Oh,
Yeah.
But the government didn't make that contract with you, so they could auction it.
Well, the government, no.
Because they got it from him, and then they were able to
Right,
auction it.
they can only auction it as a single unit, like a painting. It's almost like an NFT or like
Yeah,
a
that's,
painting.
what that's what I thought. I was like
Yeah.
the first NFT. I was going to say
Yeah,
AFT.
you can say that. Yeah, you can say
I'm
it's
glad
like
you
the
said
first, like it's like a
word.
first NFT. It's like even if somebody paint, it's only one Mona Lisa, yo.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I mean, you got people that got the T-shirt.
Right.
But
You ever seen the real Mona Lisa? That shit is like this small.
Yeah.
In the Louvre?
In Louvre, yeah.
I'm like, yo.
That's
See,
crazy.
the Louvre is trash.
Speaking of the, yo, where you been, yo?
I'm going to Monaco on Sunday.
Monaco. Ooh.
It's Martin Shkreli who purchased the Wu-Tang album, but then the feds forced him to sell it.
Roger. Tell these
King Goods.
subscribe to the Prophet channel.
Oh, they got you.